Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to General Hospital latest news. In my opinion, Jonathan Jackson and Elizabeth, Rebecca Herbst, ought to reunite as a couple now that he has returned to play Lucky Spencer on General Hospital. Elizabeth still loves Lucky, despite the fact that she was correct to divorce him when he was battling addiction in order to give Aiden some stability. He still has feelings for her. This fantastic pair should eventually get back together because of their lengthy history and close friendship. Because their romance was a long burn, Elizabeth and Lucky had the chance to connect deeply when they initially became close decades after her sexual assault. Elizabeth's best friend, confidant, and protector was Lucky. Lucky was the only man she trusted for a long time. She couldn't have recovered as well as she did without his help. In exchange, she provided Lucky with stability, which he sorely needed. They promised to always love one another when they exchanged vows in the deserted chapel. Each of them meets a basic need for the other. Thus, despite their numerous breakups and reconciliations throughout the years, they always end up back together. Years of marriage and raising children together have also strengthened their closeness, even if only one of them is biologically Lucky's. Having a kid together creates a lifelong bond. For these two, the bond of motherhood and marriage only strengthens their romantic relationship, despite the fact that parents can share a kid without having a romantic relationship. When Lucky wasn't in Port Charles, it was easier for Elizabeth to accept a future without him and create a life for herself, and Aiden, where Lucky was just an occasional visitor. But now that he's back, she is obviously feeling that connection very strongly. Lucas Van Hansis finds Elizabeth crying in the nurse's lounge in a recent General Hospital episode over Lucky not being able to be Lulu's donor because she feels his pain at not being able to save his sister. That's not just sympathy for an ex going through a hard time. That's grief for someone she truly loves suffering. For these two, timing has always been an issue. Seldom have they shared the same emotional state at the same time. Elizabeth was obviously horrified by Lucky's way of life and his use of painkillers. She put being a parent first because she was determined to attempt to build a life for her children. However, she was envious of Lucky's relationships with Maxie and other women during that turbulent time in his life. They had a beautiful moment together after Lucky returned Elizabeth's son Jake to Port Charles, and they both realized that Lucky's departure would not be permanent. Even so, they had a feeling that they would eventually be together once more. After learning that he can't be Lulu's donor because of a parasite he picked up in his travels overseas, Lucky goes to Bobby's and ends up completely trashing the place. Clearly, Lucky hasn't learned to control his emotions yet. He has a lot of work to do before he has the same emotional maturity that Elizabeth has so that they can rekindle their romantic relationship. Lucky has always struggled emotionally because of his chaotic upbringing. Finding out the truth about Luke and Laura's relationship damaged his ability to trust the people closest to him. He craves the stability that he feels when he and Elizabeth are together, but at the same time, he doesn't trust it. He's not ready to make the leap and trust his feelings for her, or her feelings for him, just yet. It's worth noting Lucky may also have residual trust issues, knowing Elizabeth once cheated with Nicholas. In addition, he needs to work through his feelings regarding Lulu's condition and resolve the conflict with his mother. Despite Lucky's apparent intention to remain in Port Charles for the foreseeable future, he has a propensity to avoid significant emotional turmoil. After watching these two characters come together and break apart for decades, I am convinced they will ultimately end up together again. When Lucky becomes more emotionally mature, and Elizabeth accepts that she will always love Lucky, I think it's inevitable that they'll reunite. In Port Charles, Elizabeth has dedicated her life to being a good mother, giving Aiden stability, and lending a helping hand to others. Around the world, Lucky has been battling his demons. However, as he gets older and Lucky appears to be conquering his demons, Aiden no longer needs Elizabeth as much. For Lucky, Elizabeth has always stood for love, stability, and home. I believe he will be able to settle down and start a life with Elizabeth after he overcomes his fear of owning those things and then losing them. After everything is said and done, these two individuals who share a deep connection of love and trust will probably get back in touch and continue their relationship into the next stage of their life. According to General Hospital, GH teasers, Christina Corinthus Davis, Kate Mancy, is unable to continue living in Port Charles, New York, given her current state. She has always been a loose cannon, but losing her unborn child after flying through a window has driven her over the brink. She is acting even more erratically than usual and at odds with her sister Molly Lansing Davis, Kristen Valdanos as a result of the loss. Will Christina have to be committed before she gets imprisoned? Something has to give. Is Christina Corinthos Davis a loose cannon? General Hospital spoilers, the person currently in Pentonville, protecting Christina and the similarly emotionally unstable Sonny Corinthos. Maurice Bernard is Christina's mother, Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grun. This is because Christina nearly killed John Jagger Cates, Adam J. Harrington, a feat that Sonny managed to pull off. According to explosive GH spoilers, Christina's situation is getting worse and worse, and it is impossible to see how she can continue to wander the streets without being imprisoned for her own safety and the safety of others. Christina Corinthos Davis will be imprisoned, according to GA spoilers. With the death of her sister Sam McCall, Kelly Monaco, who is departing the soap opera in stunning fashion, Christina is just one tragedy away from complete destruction. In the process of killing off Sam from the show, Monaco has created a small soap opera by making cryptic remarks about her termination, payback, etc. Kelly Monaco spoilers for General Hospital portrays Sam McCall. The Lansing family will be devastated by Sam's passing, and Christina will be particularly heart-struck because of her mental instability. As a result, we anticipate that Christina will soon be placed in a mental health facility or a jail cell. Let's face it, Christina is not helping anyone with her current behavior. On the October 9th episode, Sonny distinctly told her to keep her mouth shut, and previews show that she marches over to spill all to Anna Devane, Finola Hughes. Anna appears to be making an indirect effort to assist her, but it won't be long until Christina is hit by Sam's passing and may lose everything. Do you believe it's past time for Christina to receive the assistance she so sorely needs, and will Sam's passing be necessary for this to happen, GH fans? Make sure you keep up with all that's going on with GH at the moment. This gossip is over. If you liked the video, then give your opinion in the comment box, and stay with us by subscribing the channel. Thank you.